I bet if you tell us what it be suicide.
Suicide? Not outside now.
Okay, you understand what I talk?
Yes.
If you just how if you avoid suicide.
What if it is suicide? Thunder fire. Me, you know. I just call the ask me what if it is suicide. What if it is suicide? What if it is the meaning of suicide? Jesus.
Suicide. By suicide. Suicide.
Come look at this.
I mean by suicide, we say that is for your own. I don't understand. That is what I mean by what do you mean by suicide, Abi? Suicide is something that's that is someone to take your time to take you.
We move out.
No, what do you mean say do other one?
What do you mean by suicide?
Yeah, we're asking the question, what was suicide?
The word of suicide.
Hey!
The word of suicide means when somebody died on his own, at his own will now, maybe distress.
So how would you avoid suicide?
With God, all things are possible. You just believe yourself. Because no human being is perfect. It's devil out anyway, but don't avoid devil. If you are with God, things are possible.
So okay, if you tell us what it be suicide.
Yes, so I feel tell you what to be suicide.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Suicide is something that is a living or any animal that takes its own life.
So how if you avoid suicide?
To avoid the suicide, from my own understanding, no, it's a very very painful thing, sha. If anything they bother you, other kind of things. If you look around, you may look around to seek a help, you may not see. If you look around, but what you have to do, you have to hold yourself as a person. Look unto God. Look unto God. That is how I believe. Open your mind and open your heart. Talk to God. Whatever that's paying you mostly. When you open your mind, open your heart, talk to God. God will answer you. Then the help that you are seeking for, God will carry someone from nowhere. Then the help will come unexpectedly.
Suicide meaning if someone kill himself or he hang himself or up. That is the meaning of suicide where I know.
But if you also tell us how we fit avoid suicide.
How we fit take avoid suicide is overthinking. Maybe wetin my mate do, I want to do.
No.
Maybe my hand no reach, I might just force myself to do it. Maybe the kind of I enter one situation, I can't think too much. That thing can lead to suicide.
For a person to commit suicide is ungodly. For you to commit suicide is ungodly. If anything happen to you that will make you take your life, wait upon the Lord. Put everything for God. There is nothing that God can never take, that God cannot take off. So you wait upon the Lord. God will take off everything. No need to take off.
Thank you, sir. So can you tell us how we can avoid suicide?
To avoid suicide, if you have nothing doing, you have to find something doing, because they say person that does not have work, that a mind will be thinking other things. You understand? If you have work doing, you cannot think of suicide. Now when you not get work, maybe you just dey house, no food to eat, nothing. That is why person thinking of committing suicide.
Suicide is when someone takes his life untimely.
Can you also tell us how we can avoid suicide?
The better way to avoid suicide is when you give yourself to God. God will give you direction.
What I know concerning suicide is somebody killing himself, taking his own life. That is what suicide means.
Okay, how can we avoid it?
We should avoid it by working hard, by taking straight, by not thinking, by not having negative thinking. No, any person who take his life have committed offense against God, because God tell us not to take our life or not to take other person's life. So if you believe in God, you should not do that, so that you will not commit sin against God.
I beg, if you tell us what it is suicide.
Suicide na ending someone's life abruptly. That is halfway.
So how will we avoid suicide?
How to avoid suicide? They say Nigerian government should help the populace. There are so much suffering in the land. You understand? And that leads to depression. Coming out of depression is very, very difficult. Understand? You can hardly see a young man that is doing well when the economy is not good and the government doesn't want to do anything about it. That will lead to mass suicide, of which we have not been witnessing such before. It looks like only white or European things before, but nowadays it's so rampant in Nigeria today, and they should try to do something about it.
Can you please tell us what's suicide and how can we avoid it?
To my own understanding, suicide is taking your own life by your own self.
So how can we avoid it, ma'am?
Causes of suicide: depression. Depression is a killer and it kills very fast. So if you find yourself in such a situation, the best thing to do, just run to God. Be prayerful. That's it. So nothing in this life is new. That's just it. So learn to share your issues, you get advice, and you'll be relieved. That's it.
Please, can you tell us what's suicide?
Suicide is when someone kills himself because of situation he's passing through. Either person is frustrating the person or making the person to do something that he don't want to. So sometimes the best option is the person who wants to take his life.
How will we avoid them?
It's very hard though, but we can still avoid it. Like when it happened to me, I was able to avoid it. People that rescued me, that is how this keke come about. After the rescue, it was because of the way the world were turning for me. That is why I thought it from my mind of doing that. It's devil that really bring it out. It's not you actually that want to kill yourself. You don't have option that moment anymore. So when the option come, you think that killing yourself would be the best option. Until maybe one or two way you see God send somebody to your way, you will be able to get out from it.
Can you please tell us how we can avoid suicide?
Well, suicide is not something that one prays to be part of, but so many things could lead to suicide. Like in our society today, many are passing through a lot of challenges, like poverty. When one is fed up of life and you can't meet one's needs, it could lead to suicide. Some could be spiritual too. Some could die. You hear of some people taking their life in mysterious ways. That could lead to suicide. Then marriage, breaking of marriages, so many things are happening now, even in homes. You see people taking their lives as a result of maybe one challenges that they could not meet or the other. Even in marriages, could be academical, it could be spiritual. But the main cause of suicide is when one is just believe that he has nothing to live for again in life. When one is fed up with life and he feels that there is no more hope for him or her.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
What's your name, sir?
Okay, I'm Pastor Gabriel.
Pastor.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, can you tell us what is suicide?
Suicide is the act of taking one's life as a result of maybe some challenges of life, or it could be caused by anything, but it's just the act of taking one's life by him or herself. That's suicide.
Nima, what's your name?
My name is Mrs. Benny Sareboje.
Okay. Can you please tell us what is suicide and how can we avoid it?
Suicide is, what to my understanding, is what we say, taking one's life that you did not create. That's suicide.
So how can we avoid it?
You avoid it, first of all, we should know the cause. They want to take their life all because because of depression, maybe family abandoning them, friends letting them be what they want to be. Many out there, they want to seek help from friends, but their friends will just let them, man, your business is not my business. But to avoid it, you just have to believe in God. Be yourself and tell God, my day, every day is in your hand. So once they take that and believe on that, I believe every other thing can let go.